I also do feel a sense of defeat in that tenderheartedness. So by no means am I saying there's going to be breakups, okay? I'm not predicting breakups, although that's always a potential and a possibility. Hey guys, it's so good to see you. Thanks for watching. You know what? I want to connect to you and I want to connect with you and I want to know more about you. So do me a favor, in the comment section below, just write and tell me how you feel. I want to engage with you. I want to acknowledge you. I want to see you and I want you to know that you're being heard. I'm not a mind reader yet in this lifetime, so please help me by writing something in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share and tell all of your friends about the connections that you're making, and I will see ya on the flip side. Hey guys, it's Terry. So great to see you. I'm very happy. I hope you're well. I hope you're okay. We have a relationship reading. That's right. This will be for September 17th to the 20th. So just remember, I'm reading for the collective, right? And so that means I may not have all the information for everyone. So not everything is going to resonate with everyone. So just take what does and then toss what doesn't. This is also a timeless reading, which means if you're listening to this and it's not during the time that this was posted, you're really not missing out on any messages. There is such a thing as divine timing. So just know whenever you are listening to this, you are receiving the message at the right time. So all is well. And if you are just starting to date somebody and you want to know how compatible you are, I do compatibility readings and you can book those directly through my site, terryhuberman.com. Just go to the compatibility section and you can take it from there. So when I was talking to Spirit, I was asking them, I was like, okay, what can you tell me for our relationship people? Now remember, when I'm talking relationship, and we'll find out as we go along whether it's a specific group within relationship or, you know, how it works. But typically relationship, when I'm doing relationship readings, it means you're relating to somebody. So this could be for everybody, okay? It may not be romantic specifically. It may not be platonic specifically. It may not be specifically for married people, for single people, for whatever, okay? This is about people who relate to other people, which is pretty much every human being, because I don't know anybody who doesn't have to come in contact with another human. All right? So just to kind of get that out. Okay, so when I asked Spirit, I'm like, what can you share with us? What can you tell us? They're talking about being tender-hearted, and there being a lightness to the weekend. And again, this is for September 17th through the 20th. So I also do feel a sense of defeat in that tenderheartedness. So by no means am I saying there's going to be breakups, okay? I'm not predicting breakups, although that's always a potential and a possibility, right? And just generally speaking, since we have started COVID, there have been more breakups, but that's not necessarily the reason for the tender heart, okay? The tenderheartedness feels like defeat from dreams not being met or from disappointments or letdowns. Now that could also be specifically relationship oriented. But it just feels like, I'm trying to put human words to what I'm feeling, so bear with me. Yes, the sense of being let down, but it feels like it's almost business oriented, or it's coming from a place like maybe where you work or maybe with clients. So there's some sort of defeat or tenderheartedness as a result of a relationship that has to deal with work. So, you know, it could be relationships coming to an end in work. So maybe some of you might lose your jobs or have lost your jobs, or some of you may actually reconnect with people you used to work for, and that's okay too. It makes you a bit tender-hearted, but not necessarily in a negative way, right? So it almost depends on your personal experience, really. Again, I'm reading for the collective. The best that I can say is that there's defeat in connection to like work associates or maybe a workplace you used to work at. But in terms of the tenderheartedness, it comes from that, and yes, but then when I look further and I question further about, well, what about people who might be in romantic relationships? How does it affect them? I feel like it can actually bring you closer in a relationship. So let me just give you an example. This is a metaphor, or maybe this is your situation, but let's say you lose your job. You're feeling upset, defeated, down, whatever, but you're able to connect with your current romantic partner, and that brings you closer together because now your romantic partner can take care of you. And in that taking care of you, there's tenderness that's being shown to you, and TLC, and loving care. So again, this tenderheartedness doesn't have to be a negative or a bad thing. The tenderheartedness could also be TLC that may have resulted from, something that just seemed shitty. Now, earlier in the week, when I did the weekly reading, there were surprises that did happen that caused people to stir up to take some sort of action in regards to their job. So, this could just be piggybacking on what those surprises could have been, and those results have made you feel tenderhearted. But when I look into relationships, people who are either already, and this is romantic, when I look into romantic relationships, it does feel like there's a strengthening or a bonding or people uniting or coming together. Not so much reconnection, but just more of a strengthening and a bonding of what already exists. And again, that's as a result of that defeatatory, that defeated feeling. So let me pull some cards here and see if we can get some more information. I'm using the Oracle of E deck and the Romance Angels deck. So if you want to know more about that, all that information is down below in the description part on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can get it. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel so you can see that information in case you want to purchase these yourself. So let's just take a look. These, I'm only pulling 2 cards for the relationship readings. I only picked 2 cards. So here we go. Let's do a reveal. For the romance cards, we have separation. Ooh, interesting. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay. And then we have sticky wicket. Sticky wicket. Okay, when I put these 2 together, I will say that this is definitely more of the business or colleague or people you work with situation. So that defeatedness and that tenderheartedness, I do feel, I think I mentioned earlier, like there would be surprises. Well, earlier in the week, there would be surprises that led to stirrings, right? And actions towards coming into your own or creating your own business or something. So this is sort of telling me, don't want to predict people getting let go or recently being fired or something like that. But that is a relationship that is being severed. And this is a separation. So, there are also, what's happening is that there are furloughs too that are happening as well, right? So furloughs mean you still have your job, but you're just taking a break. You're like a Ross and Rachel. We're just taking a break, right? So that could be what separation also means, because it's saying time apart, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're breaking up. But either way, I don't want to sugarcoat it. It does feel like there are things with your coworkers or your job, it just doesn't go well. So I will predict layoffs, firings, furloughs, things like this. So if you do experience any of this, of course you're going to be, tenderhearted, right? You're going to feel like shit. But even though it's a sticky situation, right? if you can find the silliness, this is what this is telling me, the silliness in the situation, and that does take a finesse to be able to get yourself out of one frequency and into another. You can, if you allow your partner to bring out some silliness or playfulness with you, because then if you're in a romantic situation, you can actually bond over this. So this can bring you closer, but you have to allow them to be there for you, which a lot of people are very much like, no, I can do this. Let me do this. I don't want you. So this is an opportunity for your heart, your tender heart, to receive some TLC, to receive some love, some playfulness. It's not necessarily a sexual weekend. It's more of a loving, bonding, nurturing TLC weekend for the tender-hearted. All right. So that's kind of what it feels like for me for the weekend in regards to relationships for September 17th to the 20th. So, not an alert weekend, but not probably the best weekend in terms of work relationships. This too shall pass. We're in so much uncertainty and so much is going on right now anyways, that who knows what's right the next day, or, who knows what's going on. Again, I'm not necessarily predicting breakups per se, but that's already happening all the time anyways. Or I should just say, it doesn't feel like it's an especially heavy weekend for breakups. So if you're in a relationship, I think you should be okay. All right, you guys, what am I always saying? You stay connected. Stay connected to your friends and family. Stay connected to yourself. And of course, you can stay connected to me. You can check me out at terryhuberman.com, and I'll see ya on the flip side.